Hello and welcome. This is Adrienne with Hamilton Homestead, and I'm so glad you're here today. What looks fresh at the grocery store might have traveled thousands of miles. It may have been picked weeks ago, stored in a gas-controlled warehouse, and chilled just enough to look alive. No joke. It's a sad reality of our broken food system and a driving force behind the renewed interest in home gardening. John's been reading a book called Frostbite by Nicola Twilley. It's all about refrigeration and how it reshaped the way we grow, transport, and eat our food. And let me tell you, it's been eye-opening. That book reminded us how far removed most of us are from real freshness and how important it is to know where your food comes from and what's been done to it. So today, I want to take you on a day of harvesting and preserving here on the homestead. We don't grow everything, but we do grow what we eat, what we can preserve well, and what gives us better flavor, more nutrition, and fewer contaminants than the store ever could. Just because something is cheap at the store doesn't mean it's worth it. Let's take a look at what real freshness looks like and how we're reclaiming control over our ingredients one harvest at a time. Before we dive in, I need to give you fair warning. We're starting with celery, and some of you might be tempted to jump ship for another video, but don't do it. Whether you're growing potatoes, tomatoes, onions, or green beans, the heart of it is the same, taking control of your food. You might spot something helpful, have insight we can all learn from, or just come away with a new idea for your own pantry. This is a space for sharing, learning, and doing the best we can with what we've got, so I hope you'll stay with me all the way through. I grow a lot of celery because I use a lot of celery. I use it fresh all summer and preserve plenty for winter, frozen and dehydrated. I use it for spaghetti, soups, stews, stuffing, casseroles, and broths. I know how it was grown, how it was handled, and how it was preserved. And that all matters to me. The fact that something is inexpensive at the store isn't what determines whether I grow it. More nutrition, fewer pesticides, better flavor, those are what guide me. I have about 14 celery plants, and when I harvest them, I cut them about 2 inches above the base. And the one you see sprouting now was harvested just 5 days ago. As you can see, it's already producing another head that I'll be able to harvest in a few weeks. Okay, I wash the harvested celery thoroughly outside with the garden hose and then bring it in and dice it. I use all of the stalks and some of the leaves for freezing. The ends and most of the leafy tops go into the dehydrator to make stock and broth. And let me tell you, this celery, including the leaves, is flavorful. Nothing like the watery, bland stuff from the store. After chopping, I blanch the celery in lightly salted water. Now, blanching is the process of briefly boiling the vegetables, then quickly cooling them in cold water to stop the cooking. It helps preserve color, texture, and nutrients while slowing the enzyme activity that causes spoilage after it's frozen. It's important to note that blanching time starts after the water returns to a boil, not when you first drop the vegetables in. That ensures it reaches the right temperature. For celery, I blanch it for 2 minutes. Once the celery is cooled, I package it into 1-cup portions for the freezer. It's so flavorful that a single cup is plenty to season a whole batch of soup or stew. Health-wise, celery is low in calories and high in antioxidants. It supports digestion, reduces inflammation, and helps regulate blood pressure thanks to its natural nitrates and fiber. Also harvested today, Swiss chard. While I was processing the celery, the chard was drying under a fan after its wash. Now I'll package it in Ziploc bags with a layer or two of paper towels, which absorbs moisture and helps extend the freshness. My daughter is going to love this gift, prepped and ready to enjoy. As for the health benefits, Swiss chard is packed with vitamins A, C, and K. It supports bone health, boosts immunity, and provides antioxidants that help reduce inflammation. Final harvest of the day is basil. My first harvest on nearly every herb is always the best. Big, beautiful leaves on easy-to-pick stems, and this basil is no exception. I'll get a few more harvests after this, but they likely won't be this bountiful. Okay, after I wash it, I remove the leaves from the main stems and place them directly on the dehydrator trays. No fancy prep work is required. Of course, basil has impressive health benefits too. It's rich in vitamin K and contains natural oils that help reduce inflammation and even fight bacteria. Since I like to run my dehydrator with a full load, I'll be filling the trays with celery tops and leaves. These half-gallon jars hold sauerkraut I started a couple of days ago, 13 pounds of cabbage in all. It's organic cabbage from Walmart, but I did harvest one head from my own garden. It's not the monster head I had hoped to grow this year, but it did come in at a respectable 3.25 pounds. This probiotic powerhouse will be ready in about 3 to 4 weeks. I'll link my full sauerkraut tutorial in the video description box below if you're interested. Naturally fermented sauerkraut is rich in probiotics that support gut health, something I am very passionate about. The other thing I started about 3 weeks ago is a batch of raw apple cider vinegar using 5 pounds of organic apples. It produced 1.5 gallons of apple cider vinegar, and it'll be ready in about 3 weeks. I go through a lot of apple cider vinegar, and while I've been pouring from a Bragg's bottle that's probably 10 years old now, what's inside is my own homemade vinegar, raw and unfiltered. It's packed with beneficial acids and enzymes that help regulate blood sugar, support digestion, and even balance the body's pH. Of course, we always have a list of future projects. What's next for me? Garlic herb salt. My mise en place is in place, and I'll be making this year's batch of our most popular pantry item soon. But not today. There's no anti-caking agents, artificial flavors, colors, fillers, or preservatives. Just real, honest flavor in this garlic herb salt. Thank you for joining me today for a glimpse of our journey making thoughtful, intentional, hands-on choices about the food we grow, preserve, and enjoy. Is it work? Oh, yes, it is. Is it time-consuming? Absolutely. But it's also deeply rewarding and definitely healthier and more delicious than anything we could buy. If this inspired you or gave you ideas for your own kitchen, we'd be so grateful if you'd like, share, or subscribe. Your support means the world to us. May you be blessed, stay grateful, and keep building a life you love, one real ingredient at a time.